Ladies and gents, welcome back. As you can tell by the title of the video, the R3 is gone and the R9 is in. Picked myself up a 2026 70th anniversary edition R9. Obviously the color's red and white, plus with the 70th anniversary edition you get the golden emblems. At first, when I was finally deciding I was going to pull the trigger and get an R9, I was a little late to the party and I wanted the 2025 red and white one. I started looking around, they were all either sold out. Actually, they were all sold out, at least by me. So I was waiting, I was debating, should I wait and get or see what they make for 2027 if they did black or gray. I would have loved if they did a gray or silver with black rims. I would have jumped on that in a heartbeat. MSRP on this was $12,899. I think it's only about $300 more. I think the regular R9 is about $12,599. The bike is it's bone stock, as you can tell by the spaceship in the back, without a plate. I have a whole list of mods. I'll go over that in a little while. But the bike's only got about 464 miles on it. And I'm already on a new rear tire because I went to Cycle Gear the other day, and when I got outside, after I rode there, I looked on the rear tire and I saw a whitish gray mark on the back. So I went to go wipe it off, and I thought it was a rock, realized it was a flathead screw. So I ended up plugging the tire. I bought another S22, the same exact OEM wheels that it came with, but I ended up plugging that. I made a video on it. I'll be posting that shortly. I didn't want to post a tire plugging video without revealing that I bought the R9. But this bike is so much different than the R3. I'm going to make a comparison video, but it's a night and day difference other than the Yamaha logo. We can go over the screen real quick. So when you turn the key on, get a sweet little start up. So like I said, we got 464 miles on it, full tank of gas. The gas tank gauge is a little finicky. I'll go over that later on. You go through the themes, navigation. It says turn by turn. I don't know if you can see that, but that's when your phone's connected. My phone actually isn't connected to Bluetooth. Isn't connected to Bluetooth on this yet. I will be doing that shortly. You go through your settings, information reset, vehicle function clock, shift indicator, display unit, connectivity settings. I believe that's your phone. So you get 4 themes. This is the one I have on it now. This is the one from the showroom. Never changed it. This one. I don't even know what that is, to be honest. Theme 4, that low-key reminds me of the R3 version, or the R3 display screen. And then a track one, but I like where it's at. We'll leave it there. Also at night, you could change it from nighttime, which would be a darker screen, or this daytime, which is white, but I have it set to auto, so turn that off so we don't kill the battery. Bike's also got a KYB front suspension, also Brembo brakes, and a KYB rear adjustable suspension on the side and the back. Bike's also outfitted with a quick shifter, which is insane, buttery smooth. It took me a little bit to get used to it. I'll go over that in a little bit. On front handlebars on the right side, you have your modes. So I believe you got range, street, sport, and then I think 2 track modes that you could preset yourself. All right, that's a quick overview of the bike, just a quick run around. I'm not going too in depth. If you want to look up all the specs, you can go online and check it out. But we're gonna get on the bike, take it for a quick ride, go over a few more things. Start her up. Oh, I love the sound of this bike. So this bike definitely took some getting used to off the rip. So I did a Yamaha demo day at Motorcycle Mall in Belleville, New Jersey. I got lucky enough to secure this exact bike. Well, this the same year in the 70th anniversary. We went on a brief route. I don't know, it was probably maybe like a half hour, but it was prime rush hour. There's no highway. The roads were shit. There was bumps, people. I almost hit a groundhog. It was horrible. I was kind of jacking it up. I couldn't even enjoy the test ride because I was trying to get used to all the controls. I've never used a quick shifter. I've never been in this kind of aggressive position on a bike before. The clutch is totally different from the R3. So it was more of like a, I don't know, a sample of an appetizer of a sample of a free trial. Like, I knew I liked it, or I knew I was gonna like it, but I knew it was also going to take some getting used to. And I'm finally starting to get used to the bike. I wouldn't say I'm 100% there. I'd say I'm like 70, 75% there. But with the quick shifter, I know the whole purpose of a quick shifter is kind of like paddle shifters on a car, where you're not supposed to let go of the gas. You just go up, go down. Well, if you go down, you let go of the gas. But if you're going up, accelerating, you could just go up. Don't let go of the gas. What I was doing was I was shifting up and letting go of the gas, which was weird. And it's not how you're supposed to do it. And when I went from first to second, I got stuck in neutral. I almost popped the bike up. So that took some getting used to. But now, I love this quick shifter. And when I go back to my other bike, if you can't tell, this is my third bike. My second bike is an Indian FTR. I have it in my shorts. Actually, I have a couple videos on the FTR. The bike's gonna get its own dedicated videos coming up soon. But I figured I'd keep the Yamaha momentum going. Which, a side note, I appreciate all the views on the first R3 video. So here, let's do some downshifts with the quick shifter real quick. So you let off the gas, boom, 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 boom again. And then when you're accelerating, up, 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 buttery smooth. But yeah, so the quick shifter I'm a big fan of. Second thing I want to go over is the body position. So compared to the R3, I took that body position for granted. That was it was super comfortable. You were more upright. It was like a hybrid between a naked bike and a sport bike, I guess. This, your feet are a lot higher, tucked underneath your butt. You're a lot more hunched over on the bike, and all your weight is on your wrist. If you're riding hard, pause. If you're riding strong and hard for a few hours, or at least a good, decent ride throughout the day, you'll feel it afterwards, or feel it the next day. A couple other features on the bike. So if you look down here on the left side, there's a lot of shit going on. The bike has cruise control, which is kind of weird for a super sport to have cruise control. Which, I mean, I can take it or leave it. At first was my thought. But now, going back to the body position, when all your weight is on your wrist, if you're riding on the highway, which I haven't done a long distance trip on this yet, but I plan on doing it, cruise control definitely has to come in handy. But like on the way here, to give my wrist a break, you just hit the cruise control mode, comes up on the screen, press down on the set button on the left side right here. Press down, boom, activated. Take your hand off, work your wrist out a little bit, let go of both hands, stretch, do what you got to do. There's also a second mode, so you have cruise control, which doesn't drop you underneath 45. If you want to deactivate that, you could either shift up or roll the throttle forward or hit the brake, obviously. So we're gonna roll the throttle forward a little bit, and there you go, deactivates it. It's still up. If you want to go right back up to it, press up on the reset, brings you back up to, I have it set to 45. Other than cruise control, if you hit cruise control a second time, it brings you to speed limiter. So at first, I mean, I still kind of can't think of a good reason why you would use this. But when I plugged the tire and I was riding from my storage unit to the shop to get a new tire, just to make sure I did the plug right, and I didn't want to, you're not supposed to take them over a certain speed. I think it's like 70 miles an hour. So I set the speed limiter to 65. So that way, even if I zone out, I'm not going over the speed limit. God forbid the plug failed. So what you do is, I'll show you after this roundabout. And this bike sounds phenomenal. Alright, so we're up to 60 miles an hour, and if I want to limit it at 60, so you're on that second cruise control mode, so you hit this cruise control button twice, press down on that, so 56, let's get it up to 60. So I could floor it, and the bike's going to cut power at 60. I could already feel it. And this is full open throttle. I'm at 59. It's not letting me go any higher, probably because I'm going uphill. And to get rid of it, you could just press the button again. Brings you back down, clears it all out. I guess it's a good feature to have. Like I said, on the bottom right down here, you have obviously your engine, your start, and your kill switch. Underneath that, you got your modes. You got street, sport, custom 2, custom 1, rain, and then back to street. The bike on gas, compared to the R3, And like I said, I'll go and I'm gonna do a comparison video. I'm gonna give some comparisons now. And I'll deep dive into it in another video. But the gas on this, it guzzles gas. And another thing, the gas gauge, I don't know if it was me, I'm pretty sure it was the gauge, but it fluctuates. Like if you look down, it'll say, like, for instance, full. You look down randomly, you're at like 3/4, and you look back down a minute or two later and it's back at full. It was definitely weird. I caught it do that once. But there are certain times. Oh, look at that. Speaking of the devil, did you see that? It just went from full to 3/4. So I don't know what that's about. I don't know if anybody else has had this issue. If you have, drop a comment, let me know. Yeah, we got some hogs up here, brother. Show some love, yeah. Disclaimer, I don't care what you ride. I don't care if you have a super sport, a cruiser, a naked bike, a rally bike, some Triumph Victory hipster thing, or a 3-wheeled bike, trike. Show some love. Throw the peace sign out, 2 wheels down. Nobody's better than anybody else. The trikes, you're walking on a thin line. But no, I'm kidding. You don't know if that person can't ride 2 wheels anymore, or whatever the case may be. Everybody's on the road. We all got the same mission to get home safe and have fun and live it up. Also on the dash, there's a little QS above the speedometer, and I don't know if the camera's gonna pick it up. So when you're giving it gas, that top arrow lights up green, letting you know you're okay to shift up. When you let go of the gas, the top arrow goes back to gray, the bottom turns green, letting you know you can downshift. Also for your high beams, is gonna be this little tab up here. So you can either press it down and flick it, lights up the thing on the screen, or if you want to keep it constant on, you push it forward the slightest little bit, which I'm also not a fan of, because I've been accidentally knocking it off just by either grabbing the clutch or taking my hand off when I go to stop somewhere. So I wish that was a little more, I don't know, distinct of a button push, I guess you could say. Let's give her a little sound check, a little quick shifter action. Yeah, I love the way this bike sounds. It sounds like a plane. So like I said, let's activate this cruise control since we're going back in the park. Press down on it once, cruise control indicator shows up above the miles per hour. Press down, 52 is good, put it up to 53. That way we can give our hands a break, stretch out, crack the back a little bit, and now we're good. And now, I mean, I don't have all my weight on my hands anymore. I'm just kind of gently but firmly keeping them on the wheel to, is it gonna rain? Keep the bike stable, steady. So I have a list of modifications I want to do to the bike. I bought a few things already. What I have so far is the integrated tail light by JL Designs. It's going to be a smoke tail light where it's going to have the blinker in it, or the turn signals inside the tail light. We have a TST Industries fender delete to get rid of that spaceship in the back. We have a TST brake light modulator. So if you hit the brake, it either flickers 5 times or so on and so forth. It keeps flickering, just to give cars behind you a better heads up that you're slowing down or stopping. One thing that's important to me, might not be to most people, but I use a portable compressor a lot, either for work or I just leave them in my car or my truck. But 90-degree valve stems are a game changer. They're so much easier to put air in your tires. But this bike already comes with them stock, which is good, so I don't need to put that on. Exhaust, even though I love the way this sounds, I'm pretty dead set on going with the M4 full exhaust. I love the way it sounded on the R3. I like the way the carbon looks. I think the black with the white with the red is the best color scheme. I think it's gonna look sick, but I'm gonna have to get it tuned, and I can't afford to dish all that right now. I want to get some crash protection, so I have the swing arm spools on the back. I want to get frame sliders, radiator guard, axle sliders, handlebar, bar sliders on the sides, a tank pad, so I stopped scratching the sides, or scratching the back. And also I got the R9 black tank grips for the sides of the tank from Yamaha. It's got a white R9 in it. I think it's gonna look sick. I do like the way it looks. The tank looks right now with the white exposed on the side. So it's a shame the black's covered up, but it is what it is. But yeah, I plan on taking this bike on a long distance trip after I get that first service, just to see what it's like. I mean, you have absolutely zero storage on this bike. You could always wear a backpack, but that's super uncomfortable. So back to the controls down here on the left. The blinker I am not a fan of in the slightest. It's like a, I don't know if you can see that. I don't even know. 45, one's flush, one's 45 degrees. One thing that's cool though, it has a momentary blinker, so if you just want to change lanes, just give it a light tap, lights up, and then it goes away. And if you want to give it a hard tap or a hard press, it'll stay on. They're supposed to be self-canceling. It's a 50-50 shot if they self-cancel. I don't know how the bike picks it up, if you've completed your turn or not, but I've caught myself with that thing on just going. I missed the way the R3 had a more distinct press turn signals. That's another, that alone is one of the reasons why I was contemplating waiting until 2027 to see if that was changed. Because I know a lot of people have been complaining about that, and now that I have it, I could definitely agree with them. Stay in your lane, Jeep. Is that rain? Oh man, it's raining. The sky's still kind of blue though. Matter of fact, we're gonna turn around. I don't want to deal with this. So I used to be scared to ride in the rain. Actually, the day we had our funeral, the funeral for my buddy Chandler, rest in peace Chandler, he was the GOAT. He died on a motorcycle, only 25 years old. That was my boy. One of the first people I ever rode with. Poured on the way home from his funeral. I guess it was fitting. And oh, there we go. Rain stopped, sun's come back out. We'll stay in rain mode for a minute though, in case I'm driving into a shower and I don't even know it. But on that ride home, it was almost like Chandler was helping me out. He's like, bro, relax. Have faith in your equipment, in your tools, the tires, the modes, your skills. And I rode home in pouring rain, and ever since I've been calm. But yeah, man, I love this bike. I see myself having a lot of fun with this bike. I already am. So a lot of people aren't sure when you get a new bike how to break it in. I've heard 3 different ways, all different ways of breaking a bike in. I feel like the consensus, the majority of what people agree with, and manufacturers and dealerships, baby the bike for the first 600 miles. You don't want to stay at a constant speed. You want to like give it gas, get off the gas, go through the ranges, but don't absolutely beat it to death. And that's the best way to break it in, so I've been told. Other people say ride it the way you normally would ride it, however that is. If you ride less aggressively, or if you're an absolute menace on the street. And then I've had other people say beat the absolute piss out of it, put the brake and brake in, which to an extent I was doing. But we're not going to get into that. And give it like a rough break in, help the bike break in more, put it through a stress test. I don't know. I've kind of done a bit of all 3, more so just the beating it up and riding it. What the fuck are you doing, dog? But yeah, I've been doing the better part of both versions of break-in. So the absolute beat the shit out of it, and to just ride it how you normally ride. Babied it a little bit. Today I've been babying it. Put the cruise control back on, get into the populated area. My wrist is starting to hurt again. With this cruise control compared to my FTR cruise control, this one is very smooth. When you activate it or initiate it or whatever you want to say, when you get into your cruise control mode, the bike doesn't like jerk you. It just feels that it's like buttery smooth. You can just let go. On the FTR, when you put your cruise control on, you feel the bike kick, like almost accelerate into it. I don't know, it's a weird feeling I'm not a fan of. But on this, it's super, it glides right into cruise control. Underneath that horrible turn signal, on the right side, that little red button down there is your hazards, and on the left side is your horn. Another thing I want to change on this actually is these levers. I want to get the adjustable levers because the clutch friction zone on this is pretty far out, and I have big palms and little fingers, if that makes any sense. With the adjustable clutch, I feel like that would be a lot easier and more comfortable to use for me personally. I mean, it's fine the way it is, and also the ones I want are black and they're a little smaller. So I think that'll be a sick touch. So as I'm pulling in here, I've been riding for about, I don't know, a little over an hour, I want to say. Yeah, let's park over here. Been riding for a little over an hour, and this seat, I really don't have any complaints on. I'll find out more, I guess, when I do a long, look, see, I had the blinker on. It's supposed to be an auto turn, or auto canceling turn signal. I don't think it is. I mean, it is, it's just 50-50. But back to what I was saying with the seat, I really have no complaints. I've been riding for a while. I've had a few days where I've been riding for hours. My ass is fine. Ugh. It does feel good to stand up, don't get me wrong. But for what it's worth, it's really not that bad. But yeah, that's my new babe. I love this bike. I had a lot more content coming with it. I have mods and installations. The quad lock I already have. I've just been too lazy to put it on. These are the, you can see it, bend down a little bit. Those are the blinkers. They look good. I'll give you a quick show. Put the hazards on. Yeah, they look good. Compared to something sticking out either over here, down here, or like on the R3, they had those pumpkin style turn signals that I did not like. Turn that off. But we're at the same place we ended last time, Cooper's Tavern, Sloatsburg. My favorite bar. But yeah, that's all I got for today. Thanks, guys. Got a lot of content coming. Like, subscribe, comment, show your friends, tell your side chick. Turn around, don't drown, don't drink and drive. I'll see you guys in the next one.